Ministers of government today fanned out in various communities on the Essequibo Islands and St. Cuthbert's Mission, where they addressed concerns of residents. On this special edition of Info Hub, we take a look at these meetings where our team was there to bring you full coverage. It's Sunday, June 30. The island of LaQuan was today visited by 4 ministers of government for a community meeting held at the LaQuan Secondary School to address their concerns and offer solutions. The ministers were also accompanied by Mayor of Georgetown, Ubraj Narain.
Welcome to LaQuan. Welcome to LaQuan. A special welcome to each and every one.
A snippet of the song that welcomed Minister of Social Protection Amna Ali, Minister of Public Security Kamraj Ramjatan, Minister within the Ministry of Finance Jaipal Sharma, Minister within the Ministry of Communities with responsibility for housing Annette Ferguson, and Mayor of Georgetown Ubraj Narain.
It is important for you to live in love and unity. There must be nothing to divide you. There are attempts from the highest order in the opposition to divide our people.
Unity was the message of the day at this community meeting. Minister Ali assured the residents that the APNU-AFC government will ensure the good life is for all Guyanese.
This government did not conclude that there must be no development on the island because you are not accustomed supporting the coalition. You would have seen a tremendous change in your lifestyle, and you live here, so you know it.
This commitment is proven in the infrastructural development on the island, including works on the sea defenses, roads, beaches, with upgrade works set to begin on the Stelling. And with all this being done, Minister Jaipal Sharma, now assigned to the Ministry of Public Infrastructure, charged the residents to tell their government what more they needed.
We have to evaluate, we have to come into your communities and see what else you need. Probably you could assist me here today to see what you need.
Reporting for InfoHub, Souci Bruce.
Rehabilitative works on Wakanam roads are expected to commence at the end of the rainy season. This was disclosed at a community engagement in Maria Joanna. Residents welcomed the initiative.
We in Maria Joanna, we are so satisfied and believe in this administration because we see the kind of seriousness within the administration.
Very much thankful because I'm living in the area where the road is very bad.
I think the road upgrade would be really nice since traversing the road, for me, traveling from Marijuana to Souci is a task, and it causes me $1,000 every day.
These comments came after Minister of Public Infrastructure David Patterson announced plans to commence the rehabilitative works.
I have about $60 million in our budget for Wakanam to fix and patch all on the main roads particularly.
The minister highlighted a few short-term challenges prior to the commencement of the rehabilitative works.
Hardest thing for roads is rain, because if you put it down when the place is wet, it'll come back right away.
The rehabilitation of the Wakenham roads is slated to commence at the beginning of the dry season. Minister Patterson also committed to the installation of an additional 20 LED lights on the island. This will complement the 60 LED lights that were put in place in 2018.
Reported from Maria Joanna in Wakenham with videographer Anil Silal, Shaquille Bourne, for InfoHub.
Minister of Public Security Kamraj Ramjatan told LaQuan residents that the country now boasts a strengthened security sector, one which is on par with international standards.
Residents of LaQuan Region 3 were informed by Public Security Minister Kamraj Ramjatan that Guyana now has a strengthened security sector.
Prior to 2015, hardly ever you used to get scholarships for policemen to go and train in the academies in America and Britain and Canada and all of those places. Today, hundreds of our policemen, I think if we can count it, it's about 480, have gone to these academies, or if they have not gone to the academies, we have brought down the lecturers here in Guyana.
As the minister alluded to Guyana's fearless battle against the drug trade, its ability to now do DNA testing, and maintaining its Tier 1 status on trafficking in persons for 3 years straight. Minister Rambutan further highlighted that citizens can now make complaints against officers of the force and be assured that it is investigated and due process is followed.
A lot of people might not appreciate the importance of that very fundamental value of listening to the people when the people are crying out. This administration, apart from assets, police training, better housing for them and all that, that part is a big part, because we want our people, when they talk, we must listen.
When the time comes for election, Minister Rambutan called on residents to take into consideration the progress made under the coalition government, stressing that one good term deserves another. Reporting from LaQuan in the Essequibo River, I am Isaiah Braffett with videographer Akeem Thomas for InfoHub.
Residents of Aliki village on the Essequibo Islands can expect a series of developments coming their way during the second half of 2019. This was highlighted as Director General of the Ministry of the Presidency, Joseph Harmon, and Minister of Business, Hemraj Rajkumar, conducted a community meeting in the area.
In the area of education, a program has been designed for school dropouts where Aliki youths will benefit. The government is seeking ways to create easier access to secondary education. The program, which is to be executed by the Ministry of Education, will commence in September.
The aim of this project, of course, is to allow the same school dropouts at Aliki village the opportunity to write the CSEC examination, and therefore this will qualify you for tertiary education and employment. Already there is a voted provision in the budget for it. There is money allocated for that purpose, and therefore it's just a matter now of working out with you here the arrangements for the program, which will start in September, and for those students who need to get into the secondary school, for us to put those arrangements in place.
Measures have also been put in place for water transportation to be provided for students living in nearby riverine areas to attend the Aliki Primary School.
I'd asked for 2 boats when I went to, I think it was Mauritius or something like that. And I'd asked them to do 2 boats. I said, well, the next one I wanted for Aliki. This was a long time before y'all asked about boat. So this boat is already finished. I just got to get the engine now. I think the engine, they told me, is like $1.5 million for the engine. And so if we can't get it from the area, we can see if we could raise it by a little donation and so. And we'll see if we can get that boat for you by the time school open in September.
DG Harmon noted that the National Data Management Authority has already explored the option of establishing Wi-Fi in the area. This is expected to be materialized by December.
Mr. Floyd Levi, who is the chairman of the NDMA, I spoke to him about Wi-Fi for this community here. And what he has undertaken is that by the end of the year, they'll provide internet facility for this community from the e-government network. So by December, because they have to put down some poles and different things, but by December of 2019, that they're going to have the e-government network set up here so that people can get Wi-Fi.
For InfoHub, Delicia Haynes.
Still to come, residents of Souci and St. Cuthbert's Mission urged to take advantage of entrepreneurial and other opportunities. Details after the break.
Are you ready to embark on a truly epic adventure to an undiscovered corner of South America, where some of the most spectacular natural attractions are unveiled within a beautifully diverse landscape? From the wetlands and savannas to the ancient mountains, magnificent waterways and lush enriching rainforest would provide a vast playground for some of the most exotic and breathtaking creatures on the planet, including many of the world's giant species. this untouched land of mystery and wonder serves up an exclusive experience for travellers. So are you ready for a new, awe-inspiring adventure? Welcome back to nature. Welcome to Guyana.
Thanks for staying with us. As the meetings continued, residents of Souci on the island of Wakanam were encouraged to take advantage of entrepreneurial opportunities. During a community meeting at the Souci Primary School, both Minister of Public Service Tabitha Sarabuhali and Minister of Social Protection with responsibility for labor Keith Scott urged the residents to create jobs to maintain themselves and families. In her brief remarks, Minister Sarabuhali stressed the need to seize opportunities.
What we in government have tried to do is create opportunities so that jobs will come. So in terms of if it is that young people are interested in entrepreneurial activities, there's funding available for that. There are projects, there's money available at Ministry of Business. There's a small business bureau where funds are going out to young people and other persons who are interested in entrepreneurial activities.
Minister Scott echoed similar sentiments. He encouraged residents to form a co-op society and not depend on the private sector.
It can take in those that are unemployed because they will now become part of the co-op, and it can expand in terms of production and marketing. So I encourage you therefore to take co-op seriously, see it as part of the future, because you can't depend upon only the private sector. And if you see only the private sector, at the end of the day, you're looking for a salary, and you can be fired. If you see the co-ops, you see yourselves as owning the resources that you yourself will produce.
Other issues addressed during the community meeting were the rehabilitation of the primary school's field and the state of the roads. Before heading to the meeting, both ministers walked about the community and conducted a needs assessment. The residents were assured that the concerns raised will be handed over to the subject ministers. And in our final report, St. Cuthbert's residents have been urged to reach for opportunities being provided to them by the government for their development.
Residents of St. Cuthbert's Mission were on Sunday given the opportunity to interact and raise their concerns with a team of ministers who visited their community. Minister of Social Cohesion, Dr. George Norton, who is also responsible for culture, youth and sport, said residents must carefully develop their community development plan and seek government's help when necessary to accomplish their goals.
The village improvement plan. And your councillors have it. The ideas they have about tourism, the ideas they have about agriculture, the idea they have about sports, it's all there. So we need that plan there on paper, which we will help them to do, so that regardless of who coming from where, you said this is what we want, and we are asking you to help. You can either decide that you can further your studies by going to the specialized institution. 2, you can be employable, that is, you know enough so that you can go and get a job that pays well and legal money. Or 3, you can open your own business.
As it relates to culture, the minister noted the need for persons to retain their language, as this is very important for preservation of the indigenous languages. He noted that this must be promoted and persons must know its value. Meanwhile, Region 4 Chairman Genevieve Allen, who was also part of the visiting team, said the regional administration will continue to work with the village and lend assistance whenever possible. The construction of a teacher's dormitory was provided for in this year's budget and will soon come on stream. Allen noted that the students' performances are continuously improving in the village and urged the community to place strong emphasis on education.
But if we want this community to develop, that we need to focus on education. That as you focus on education, that you can make a tangible contribution towards the development of this community.
The team took note of the issues raised and will be working to address them. For InfoHub, Natasha Smith.
This was a special edition of InfoHub for today, Sunday, June 30, where we brought you coverage of government's visit to the Essequibo Islands and St. Cuthbert's Mission. Connect with us on WhatsApp, Facebook, and YouTube. Much more news is on our website, dpi.gov.gy, and pop over to Instagram for the latest photo updates at DPI Guyana.